engines scream, thunder cracks, the cheetah runs in metal packs. The Lightningsaix. Born from shadow, built for speed, the goggles call, the hunter's heed. No stealth tonight, no hiding claw, just lightning fangs, the Empire's law. Organoid heart, a raging claw, momentum's god, the god of war. Hell it cries as their Zoids fall, no one outruns the predator's call. Monster machines! Organoid heart, a raging claw, momentum's god, the god of war. Hell it cries as their Zoids fall, no one outruns the predator's call. Monster machine, Lightningsaix, scream out of the sky, metal fangs to the war cry. Strike like a storm fast of death, the last thing you see is the lightning's breath. Lightningsaix, scream out of the sky, metal fangs to the war cry. Strike like a storm fast of death, the last thing you see is the lightning's breath. Is gone, this beast runs faster, a burning dawn. Red and gray, the hunters kill. Across these plains, the faster still. Republic steel can't match the pace. Blade laggers fail in a losing race. Momentum builds, the ground it shakes. Where the Lightningsaix makes no mistakes. Monster machines! Saix running down the night, no one escapes, no hope in sight. Strike with fury, strike with flame. Lightningsaix, remember the name. Lightningsaix running down the night, no one escapes, no hope in sight. Strike with fury, strike with flame. Lightningsaix, remember the name. The Lightningsaix, the name. The Lightningsaix, the name. Lightning's breath, faster than death. No hope in sight. Strike with fury, strike with flame. Lightningsaix, remember the name. Lightning's running down the night. No one escapes, no hope in sight. Strike with fury, strike with flame. Central continent plains where steel beasts charge and leave blood stains. The Helic Republic holds the line, a shining cause by fate designed. But from the shadows of the dark continent, the Gylos rise, malevolent intent with saber teeth and iron fists. The black machines scream through the mists. Mogus crawl and iguans bite, but Guttos roar and join the fight. From ancient wrecks their war begins, now only steel and fire wins. Monster machines! It's the war for Planet Z, where the the brave will live and tyrants die. Zoids to Zoids, Skyland, Republic steel makes it stand. Shielders clash, simmer tigers scream, salamanders scorch the dream. Godulus rises through smoke and flame, and iron cones fall to shame. It's the war for planet Saix, where the brave will live and tyrants die. Zoids to Zoids, Skyland, Republic steel makes it stand. Shielders clash, simmer tigers scream, salamanders scorch the dream. Godulus rises through smoke and flame, and iron cones fall to shame. Mogas swarm like worms of war, but laser jaws even every score. Red horns stomp with ruthless pride, but Godulus meets them eye to eye. Through jungles thick and burning skies, the shieldliggers run where valor flies. Against the saber tiger lies, the claws strike true, Republic never dies. Monster machines, the Nibus bones, they fuel the dark, but freedom burns with a righteous spark. Old empires rise, but never last. Helix stands, the die is cast. Monster machines! It's the war for planet Saix. Let the tyrants hear our battle cry. From godlike beast to raptor speed, we fight for honor, not for greed. Sky turns red, steel gods fall, but the Hillic Hawk outlast them all. Raise your fist and scream with pride, the Zoids of freedom will not hide. The war for planet Saix, let the tyrants hear our battle cry. Lion chains and Redhorn Rex rust in the rain. Shieldlingers walk the fields they won, and Z turns slowly toward the sun. This is our world, this is our fight. Zoids of Hillic burn through the night. For planet Z we rise, we fall, but freedom stands above them all.
Metallic giants rise from iron grounds. Blue guardians down the heart. Lights and fury in the sky.